Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Sana. Today we are going to discuss about the topic emotional neglect versus normal relationship phases. Let's go deeper into the topic. It can be difficult to tell the difference between emotional neglect and the normal rough phase in a relationship because both can involve less connection, more stress, or reduced intimacy. The key difference is usually the responsiveness and effort. The normal relationship phases. Most relationships go through periods when partners are busy with work, raising children, dealing with health issues, managing financial issues or stress, caring for family members, etc. During these times, there may be less romance, less sex, less quality time together, or more fatigue. However, even when stressed, partners generally still care about each other's feelings. They try to connect, show concern when one partner is hurting, or they make some effort to communicate. The emotional connection may be strained, but it is not absent. But in an emotional neglect is more than being busy or tired, it involves persistent lack of emotional responsiveness. Common signs include feeling consistently unheard, feeling emotionally alone, little interest in your feeling, repeated dismissal of concerns, lack of empathy or comfort, or avoidance of meaningful emotional conversations. Over the time, a person may stop reaching out because they expect not to be understood or supported. A helpful question is ask yourself, when I express hurt, stress, or sadness, does my partner generally try to understand and respond? If the answer is usually yes, even imperfectly, you may be experiencing a difficult phase. If the answer is repeatedly no over a long period, emotional neglect may be present. Let's compare the normal phase versus emotional neglect. In a normal relationship phase, difficult time is temporary, but in an emotional neglect relationship, the difficult this loneliness or difficult phase is often ongoing. In normal relationships, stress is the main issue, but in emotional neglect, lack of emotional responsiveness is the main issue. In normal relationship, both partners usually want connection, but in emotionally neglect relationship, one or both partners stop engaging emotionally. So, in normal relationship, effort to reconnect exists, but in an emotionally neglected relationship, reconnection efforts are ignored or absent. In normal relationship, emotional support still appears at important moments, but in emotionally neglected relationship, emotional support is consistently lacking. Now let's look into what are the effects on intimacy. Both the situations, the difficult to face and the emotionally neglected relationship, both situations can reduce sexual desire, affection, and communication. But emotional neglect often creates a deeper feeling of loneliness, rejection, resentment, emotional detachment. Many people describes it as living with someone but feeling alone. So let's come to an important question. Can emotional neglect be repaired? Answer is often yes, especially when both partners are willing to acknowledge the problem, listen without defensiveness, express needs clearly, spend intentional time together, rebuild trust and emotional safety. Sometimes couple counseling can help if the patterns has become deeply established. A useful perspective is that emotional neglect is usually defined less by occasional mistakes or more by constant pattern of unmet emotional needs over the time. Healthy relationship can have difficult seasons, but there is still a sense that both partners are trying to be there for each other, which is absent in emotional neglect relationships. So that's the end of today's topic. We'll stop over here today and we will come back with another topic in the next video. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.